Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you'll like this video. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit notifications so that you get all of our recipes as they post. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to thank you so much for your support. Tonight, I was making my drunken noodles and I thought I would share my recipe with you. This is a little different from the recipes that you see out there, but I know you're going to love it. To start, I have my water over here on the stove that I'll be boiling my pasta in, and I'm going to cut my shallot. So you'll need one shallot for this, and this will be thinly sliced. In a skillet, you will add some olive oil, not the balsamic, and I'm going to add about probably a tablespoon. And we will add a tablespoon of butter. Butter makes everything better. And to this, we're going to add our shallots, and then I'm going to be adding 2 cloves of garlic after the shallots cook for just a little. We're going to add a tablespoon of Italian seasoning and an eighth of a teaspoon of red pepper flake. Next, we'll want to add our garlic. We'll be adding 2 cloves of garlic. Now we're going to be bringing the drunken to the sauce. We will add a half of this bottle of red wine. This is a Merlot. We've turned our burner off, okay? That's not quite half. We want these noodles to be drunk. And then I'm going to turn the heat back up on high, and I'm going to boil this wine. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh ground pepper to your liking and some salt. And I'm adding about a half a teaspoon of salt. We'll add a little more later. Bring this to a boil. While our wine boils, we're going to cook our pasta. Our water is already boiling, and we're going to boil this for only 3 minutes. I'll be using a half a pound. That's close. The wine has boiled, and I'm going to move this off of the burner. I need to cook our broccoli and our mushrooms. I'm going to start by chopping my broccoli. Our broccoli is chopped. I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter to our saucepan or skillet. And I'm going to melt this. Once this melts, I'm going to add the broccoli in and chop the mushroom. I'm adding the broccoli to the skillet. We'll saute this for a couple minutes while we're cutting up our mushrooms. The mushrooms are cut about a quarter, maybe a little larger if you like yours larger, and I do, but a 1/4 inch. And I'm using a half a pound of button mushrooms and a half a pound of portobellos. Now I'm adding the mushrooms. It looks like a lot, but guys, these mushrooms cook down so small. Then a little bit of salt and pepper and our balsamic vinegar. This really brings out the flavor and adds a little bit of acid to your dish. I'm going to give the mushrooms and broccoli just a little bit longer to saute. While that's happening, I'm going to cut my basil. This is fresh basil. I like to buy the plants in the grocery store. You can pick them up also at Lowe's. Did I leave one over there? And I'm just going to chop this. I just roll it and then get to chopping. This smells delicious, guys. I'm going to sit this over. I'm going to bring our big skillet with our wine in it over, and we're going to pull this dish together. I have my wine back on the burner. I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to add the pasta. And we're going to cook that for 5 minutes. I have my pasta noodles over here, and I'm just going to add this directly to the wine sauce. I'm not even going to drain it. And the reason that I'm not, it will save me from having to add some extra pasta water in at the end to thicken the starch in the pasta water. Woo! helps to thicken. That could have been dangerous. Now that our pasta is back in our wine sauce, I'm going to add another tablespoon of butter because butter is better. And I'm going to add our broccoli and mushrooms. Now we're just going to stir this all in together. These noodles are already soaking up that wine. This is so beautiful, guys. Look at the color of that pasta. This is going to be a delicious dinner. I'm going to put a lid on it and let this cook for 5 minutes. Our 5 minutes is up, and I'm going to add my basil while this dish is hot. The heat will cause the oils of that basil to leach out, and it will bring a lot of flavor to this dish. I'm just going to stir that in, and we're going to start plating. I have plated my drunken noodle. I did garnish it with some Parmesan cheese and just a little leaf of my basil. And now my favorite part is the taste test. I just can't let anything leave the kitchen without tasting it first. I have to make sure that it's fit for everyone else. So let's see how this turned out. Look at how beautiful the pasta is. The wine absorbed into the pasta, as well as the mushrooms and the broccoli. It absorbed the balsamic. So this is going to be so good, I know. So good. I didn't overcook the broccoli either. This is delicious. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you'll try it. You will like it for sure. If you don't want to use any wine in this, you can use balsamic vinegar and cook that off as well. But the wine, when you cook it, you do cook the alcohol off. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit notifications so that you get all of our recipes as they post. And until next time, stir the pot.